I talk to my German Shepherd more than I talk to most people in my life. Good boy. Sit, let's go. You hungry? Who's a good dog? Hundreds of words a day, most of them automatic. Most of them said without a single thought behind them. I never once stopped to ask what those words were actually doing for him, or to him, or between us, until I decided to take them away completely for 48 hours. No commands, no praise, no conversation, just presence. I thought I had a pretty good guess at what would happen. I was wrong by hour 6, and by hour 31, something happened that I am still turning over in my head. It started with a question that wouldn't leave me alone. How much of my relationship with this dog actually depends on words he can't even understand the way I understand them? Dogs don't process language the way we do. Most owners know that, at least in theory. But we talk to our dogs constantly anyway, almost compulsively, narrating our day, handing out commands, layering praise on top of everything. I wanted to know what was actually underneath all of that. Not because I thought talking to him was wrong. I just wanted to know what was left when I stripped it away. I set 3 rules before I started. No verbal commands, hand signals, and physical guidance only. No praise spoken out loud, even when he clearly earned it. No casual conversation. No narrating my evening. No talking to him the way I normally do, without even registering I'm doing it. I could still feed him, walk him, touch him. I just couldn't talk to him. 48 hours. I had no real idea what I was about to find. The first hour was easy, almost suspiciously easy. By hour 2, he noticed. I called him for dinner the way I usually signal it, patting my leg. No words this time, and he stopped halfway across the room. Looked at me. Waited, like he was bracing for the sentence that always rode along with the gesture. It didn't come. He tilted his head. Came anyway, but slower, more careful about it than usual. By hour 4, I caught myself almost saying "good boy" 3 separate times, the word half formed before I stopped it. Each time, he noticed the stop. Not the silence exactly, the absence of something he expected to be there. By hour 6, something shifted that I hadn't anticipated at all. He started watching my hands constantly, like he had quietly recalculated where the useful information was now coming from. By hour 10, the thing I assumed would happen, distance, hadn't shown up at all. If anything, the opposite was true. Without words to lean on, I started actually watching him, properly. The way his ears moved a half second before he made a decision. The shift in his weight right before he stood up. The difference between his relaxed breathing and the breathing that meant he was alert to something. These were things I had apparently been talking straight over for years, without ever noticing they were there. By hour 14, he'd stopped checking for words entirely. He was reading my body the way he'd probably been reading it his whole life, just underneath all the noise I usually piled on top of it. Hour 18, nighttime. I sat down on the floor, which I almost never do, and he came over and lay against me without any signal from me at all. No command brought him there. Nothing I said invited it. He just came. By hour 22, I started feeling something I hadn't expected to feel. Not closer to him exactly. Closer to something underneath the relationship that had apparently been there the whole time, quietly waiting under all the talking. Hour 31 is the part I keep coming back to. I was at the kitchen table, not doing anything dramatic, just sitting there mildly stressed about something completely unrelated to him. A work thing, nothing visible, nothing I said out loud, because obviously I wasn't talking at all. He was across the room, resting, not even looking at me. And then, with no signal, no movement from me, no sound from either of us, he got up, walked over, and sat down directly in front of me. Not beside me, in front, facing me, watching. I hadn't called him. I hadn't gestured. I hadn't even looked his way. Whatever he picked up on came from somewhere underneath language entirely. Somewhere I couldn't have reached, even if I'd been allowed to speak. And here's the part that actually unsettled me a little. I realized he had probably been doing this his entire life, responding to something underneath my words, and I had simply never been quiet long enough to notice it happening. The second day felt different from the first, less strange, more settled. We built something during those hours that hadn't existed before the experiment, a rhythm based entirely on attention instead of instruction. I'd glance toward the door, he'd get up. I'd shift my weight slightly. He'd adjust before I'd even fully stood. This wasn't training. I hadn't taught him any of it. It felt more like remembering something that had always been available, something the talking had simply been sitting on top of the whole time. By hour 40, he was anticipating things before I'd even consciously decided them myself, which left me with a question I genuinely didn't expect to be asking by the end of an experiment about silence. Was he reading my body? Or was he reading something even earlier than that? Something before the decision had fully finished forming in my own head? I don't have a clean answer for that. I'm not sure the research fully does either, at least not yet. At hour 48, I spoke to him again, just his name, quietly. And something happened that surprised me more than anything across the whole 2 days. He didn't react the way he normally does to his name. No immediate excitement, no jumping up. He just held my gaze a half-second longer than usual, like the word had arrived into a space that had gotten very quiet and very full. And the word was just one more piece of information added onto everything else he'd already been receiving the entire time. Here's what I actually took from this. I don't think words are the problem. I love talking to my dog, and I'm going to keep doing it. But I learned something I didn't expect to learn. Underneath every command, every bit of praise, every sentence I say without thinking, there's a much older, much quieter conversation happening. One that doesn't need any of it. One that was there before I ever said a word to him. And one that will still be there long after the words stop mattering at all. I think most owners never find that layer, not because it isn't there, but because we rarely get quiet enough, for long enough, to notice it. 48 hours, no words, and I learned more about my dog than I had in the entire year before it. Would you try this? Tell me honestly in the comments, could you go 48 hours without talking to your dog? If this made you think differently about your own relationship with yours, share it with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe if you want more of this kind of thing. Maybe tonight, try just 1 hour of silence with your dog and see what you notice. I think you'll be surprised by how much was there the whole time.